baby. Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman? That's how I be. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman? That's how I be. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? I'm bouncing on my toes. I be super so dead. Oh, that's too A-Rap, he gon' crank it up for sure. Haters wanna beat me, soldier boy. I'm the man. They be looking at my neck, saying it's over. Why you? No, you can't do it like me, no, so don't do it like me, no, I see you try to do it like me, man, that nigga soldier boy, I'm in it, why me crank it, why me roll, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me, crank that soldier, 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 why, soldier boy, I'm in it, why me crank it, why me roll, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me, crank that soldier, 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 why, I'm too fresh, I'm in it, why me crank it, why me crank that roller, brother, soup so thick, 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 I'm too fresh, now why me show, why me crank that soldier boy, now Superman, Superman. Superman. Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, been it. Why me crank it, why me Superman, yeah, why me crank that Robocop? Super friend, I want me chop, jocking on the idol, mate. When I do that soldier boy, I didn't see that they crank that thing now. I'm jocking on you. If we get the price, then I'm cocking on you. You catch me at your local party, yes, I crank it every day. Haters getting mad, cause I got me some baby, mate. Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? I'm bouncing on my toes. I be super so dead. Oh, that's too A-Rap, he gon' crank it up for sure. Haters wanna beat me, soldier boy. I'm the man. They be looking at my neck, saying it's over. Why you? Yeah, you too. No, you can't do it like me, no, so don't do it like me. Oh, I see you try to do it like me, man, that damn ugly. Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? I'm too fresh, I'm in it. Why me crank it, why me crank that roller, brother, soup so thick, soup so thick, soup so thick, soup so thick, soup so thick. I'm too fresh, now why me show, why me crank that soldier boy, now Superman, Superman, Superman. Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me. Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why me? Crank that soldier, why? Soldier boy, I been it. Why me crank it, why me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that's why me.
60HE-V2, the same keyboard I used during a session that broke Osu history. Let's go.
Yo, what's good? How's it going, bro?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, bro. Is that the new wooden?
Yeah, it's the new wing.
Can't wait to play with this.
Yeah, dude.
It's kind of heavy though.
Yeah, low key, it's pretty heavy. So yeah, we're just gonna go straight into playing with it. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Alright, let's jump right in.
The 60HE V2 comes with adjustable actuation, rapid trigger, an 8000 Hz polling rate, and the new Le Critique switches, giving it that premium feel.
What are your first impressions?
Dude, low key, this keyboard is so smooth.
We're kind of assessing right now. Bro.
If you would like to check out the Wooting 60HE V2, links are in the description. Also, I'm running a tournament called the Oceanic Cup where Wooting is currently sponsoring the event, so make sure to check that out too.
Yo! No way!
That's the keyboard, baby. That's the
Bro,
keyboard.
That's the keyboard.
Okay, welcome back everybody to the Oceanic Cup. We have a very, very exciting matchup. This is one of the ones I was looking forward the most to on this weekend. We have Seed 7 Superior up against Seed 10 PoYuTo. Superior, you know, per Prodigy player, as I mentioned before, kind of came up last year, gaining crazy amount of ranks, and going into this tournament, he was a little bit of an unknown in the tournament scene. I mean, of course, he was on the OWC team last year, but according to many of the players who played with him, you know, he was good on DTs, he was good on some straightforward mechanics, but not a lot, you know, else. And he showed with his qualifier performance that he is good at many, many things. And he's up against PoYuTo, another player who's a little bit, I think, surprising to be this high. Obviously played very, very well in other tournaments, but people did not expect his skill cap to be high enough to perform, you know, Seed 10 in the quali. So this should be a really good matchup. I think you have, on one hand on the left, mega skill cap up against really, really good overall consistency. And on this round of 16 pool will be a very tough match for Superior.
Hello. Yes, pretty excited to cast this one as well. This is going to be an interesting match, as you were just saying, for Superior and PoYuTo here. Seems like something that would be pretty one-sided on paper, as, you know, Superior being the rank difference between these two players. But PoYuTo has proven to be a extremely well-versed tournament player in a pretty ridiculous 5WC run we saw from this player in a grand finals match. Being like the MVP of the tournament, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Superior, kind of the complete opposite. You know, we haven't really seen the tournament performances, but the solo play has been absurd from Superior, obviously, with the rank that he is currently sitting at. So it would be on paper, you know, Superior would be expected to probably crush in a later stage, but we are in round of 16. And PoYuTo, very, very good, consistent tournament player. So I'm actually, you know, thinking this is going to be an extremely close match. So pretty keen to actually cast this one and see what players are going to go for. But should be expected, as we were just talking about in the pre-match, for Superior here to be going for as many mechanics as possible. PoYuTo probably sticking to things more gimmicky, things like those hidden 2s, hidden 3s, no mod 3, no mod 4 is the kind of things that we're going to be expecting from PoYuTo here. And for Superior, you know, no mod 1s, all the double times, and some of those hard rocks. But we'll see if we have any of our expectations kind of averted. But early on here, players rolling, should be getting into the bans here in a second.
Yeah, definitely, as you said, expect Superior to almost certainly ban the Hidden 2. And other than that, either I would expect Hidden 3 and leaving Hidden 1 open, or maybe banning the Nomad 6 if he's not feeling good on low AR in general. I have heard that Superior is kind of an easy demon. I think he did play in the Easy World Cup last year, so if that's the case, he might actually be fine on something like the Nomad 6. It might just be the Hidden 2 he wants to get rid of. PoYuTo likely will ban out 2 of the DT maps, I would think. also could ban out of Hard Rock. I think Hard Rock and DT is going to be Superior's picks. The no mods is where I think will get really competitive. Some no mods I think could be pretty balanced, could go either way. Something like the no mod 2 being tapping heavy will be more in Superior's lane. Something like the no mod 3, no mod 4. I mean, pretty much everything from no mod 3 to no mod 6 will probably be PoYuTo favored, but could go either way. But PoYuTo, anything that isn't banned in the hidden pool will probably just be insta-picked.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. I think the best bet Superior would have at winning, of course, is probably going to be the hidden one. But yeah, I would expect that hidden 2 and like hidden 2 especially to be gone instantly. And then I'm curious on Superior's second ban whether or not that's going to be something like no mod 5. Sorry, wait, yeah, no mod 5, right? Which is the low AR? No mod 6.
No mod 6. I mean, no mod 5 is also lowish. It's AR 9 like streams, but
oh yeah.
More of normal AR. No mod 6 is AR
Yeah,
8.
thinking more of the no mod 6. Yeah, no mod 6 or hidden 3 ban for Superior's second ban. But we'll see here. PoYuTo opts to ban out the DT4. Good ban. AR 10.3 gimmicky alt map. Get that out. Superior is going to be very good at reading that AR on unconventional level time. And yeah, it is going to be the double hidden ban as you mentioned, Brody. Hidden 2 and hidden 3. So no mod 6 still open. That's going to be a good, well, I would say great pick for PoYuTo as well. Let's see what PoYuTo opts to ban second. It's going to have to be this, I was going to say DT2 or DT3 potentially, but no, goes for the Hard Rock 2, which is also fair. Superior actually put up the #1 Hard Rock 2 score in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
So get rid of the precision. I mean, if you're not comfortable in that precision, you don't really want to be playing CS 7.8. So get rid of that as well. Sure, PoYuTo should fare decently well on a round of 16 tapping in the DT2 and DT3 here. So we'll see how that ends up panning out for him, but will be very good picks for Superior.
Yeah, it's going to be a big, I think, factor in this match is how well can PoYuTo contest Superior skill sets, because if you want to win this one, you know, we'll likely at some point have to take a break point or two. It is going to be Superior insta-picking the no mod 2, and I mean, this is like the mega comfort zone for Superior. Very, very, very good tapping player. This kind of relatively easy to aim, just pure stamina check map, pure tapping map. Obviously, you can still get a silliness here or there. If Superior misses on this, it will just be, you know, a random miss. It's a decently long map. It's pretty consistent, so it's definitely possible. But PoYuTo, you know, didn't have the greatest time on the no mod 2 in qualifiers. Got 214k, 20th overall. Superior got 8th overall with 652k. But this is a lot more approachable. The aim is very, very relaxed. It's just the tapping check. I think PoYuTo, at this level of tapping, should fare decently well. So if he can get a lucky combo here, I doubt he's going to beat Superior Zach. I'd be very surprised to see that. But if he can get a lucky combo, Superior finds a miss, definitely a possibility for breakpoint.
Yeah, I mean, for sure possibility. Anything could really happen in, you know, round of 16 stage, right? PoYuTo really struggled on that no mod 2 in qualies, right? But calling no mod 2 was skippy, yeah. So that's a ridiculous map in comparison to this, I think. Like way harder, right? Compared to something like this, and I think PoYuTo should be able to manage on, you know, a decent amount of tapping. He can kind of play everything to a pretty high level, so should be able to do something like this at a round of 16 stage. So like you said, probably not going to be beating the accuracy of Superior, but should be able to combo a relatively large portion of this. But we will see how much as we now get into the map. Here we go. There's us sitting in, and you can see early on, even on the first burst, PoYuTo's doing okay.
Yeah, I would hope. I think this early section, none of the bursts go too long. Stamina check isn't as bad. You have plenty of patterns in between to kind of catch your stamina. It's going to, you know, last roughly half, third, where it'll really separate the comfortable tapping players. Like right now, players are basically dead even on accuracy. That score lead is just staying at 500 towards PoYuTo.
Yeah. Both players still putting the combos, and actually identical accuracies here. About a quarter of the way through. And pretty long map. So plenty of time for random misses to come about, and I'm sure they will at some point on a map like this. This is kind of a map as well that kind of has no aim. It's really just the tapping, so to find a random miss on aim here is probably going to be like the loser of the map. It's either going to be that or PoYuTo, you know, maybe running out of a bit of juice along the stream, which there are pretty long parts here, like more towards the end of the map, if I recall correctly, and maybe it's more towards the midway. The streams do get a bit longer. It gets a little bit more stamina intensive, even though this is kind of like a speed check. So that's probably going to come into play as well. It's either going to be PoYuTo, I would say, calling off one of those streams, or superi0r just missing on absolutely nothing, which would be pretty funny to see, but the players right now are handling. Here we go, big aim. Nice 3-star jumps. More of that tapping coming in. And this is exactly as I was saying. superi0r misses on the literally air. And that's PoYuTo's chance now to break point.
I think he might have dropped on the reverse slide and then just, you know, not holding it, I think was the mistake. I mean, you see the active, for instance, is pretty decently towards superi0r's favor, but it just does not matter if you miss in the middle and PoYuTo holds. And this is the scenario where PoYuTo gets a breakpoint, as PoYuTo is still shredding. He's up 57k score now. It doesn't need to hold for too much longer, but if you can get to around that 2k combo mark, it's probably just going to be over.
Yeah, I mean, this is already looking really over, but as you said, he's got a little bit more work to do, but almost there. PoYuTo open up the breakpoint against superi0r on speed. It looks like it. Here's those longer streams I was talking about, a couple of them coming into play. PoYuTo tanking plenty of ac on it, but it does not matter. The accuracy is not what matters for PoYuTo right now. Just hold that combo, and yeah, I think that's enough after hitting that long stream. That's probably going to seal it just in time. I think he's done enough.
Yeah.
Finds the combo break, but I think that's going to be it.
I think most likely I'll have to, you know, keep an eye out if, specifically if PoYuTo finds like a chain miss or like a really drops a water back, like a little bit like that.
Like that.
I don't know how much density. Obviously, this score is going towards superi0r. It's unfortunate for him that he broke it. Probably the worst time in the map. Is there enough time? I mean, I'm holding.
No.
There is not enough time. Really unfortunate place to break for superi0r, basically capping the score out at that 637k. And PoYuTo did exactly what he had to do to get a very early breakpoint here.
Yeah, superi0r breaking at possibly the worst time, and PoYuTo breaking at maybe the best. Just enough, with just enough combo to bring it over the line in the ending of the map, which is where it really is the most difficult. You can see those streams get longer and longer, and PoYuTo was tanking so much accuracy, but still just held on just enough to win by about 20k. And that is a massive breakpoint for PoYuTo, because something I was going to mention is, you know, depending on the map pool sometimes, if you're a mechanics player going up against, you know, someone who's going to be picking things that aren't mechanics against you, and you're kind of just opposite players in terms of the map pool, if the map pool is going to have a lot more mechanics maps, which sometimes can be the case, can be slightly tipped one way or the other, you know, you're going to have a better time. And I think in this match, superi0r probably has more picks than PoYuTo does, just slightly. So that is going to be a huge breakpoint here for him going forward in this match. And now it's his pick to fire right back and get a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and it's going to be the Nomad 6, so hidden 2, stand out, that's the AR 8.3 hidden gone. Goes for the AR 8 Nomad, and I'm very curious to see this one because, as I did mention, superi0r, a little bit of an easy gamer, and if you play a lot of easy, you're going to be pretty comfortable reading Nomad low AR. So obviously he didn't have a great time on the hidden 2 in qualifiers. He got 20th overall, so a little bit of an outlier in that top 8. Him along with Mabel getting that 2021. But this kind of map, maybe he could just pop up. However, saying that, I think even if superi0r is a lot better on this than the hidden 2, PoYuTo is so good at low AR. I think he's going to be one of the better players at something like this. Got 3rd overall in the hidden 2, and that was a very difficult low AR map. So something like this should be honestly pretty comfortable. I wouldn't be stunned to see an FC, I guess.
Yeah, I think PoYuTo obviously will probably be the favorite, but like you said, a bit of a wild card for Superior. We'll have to see how that easy sort of practice comes into play here on AR8. Of course, this isn't, this isn't AR1 or AR0. But it does, it should be relatively okay for Superior. So how comfortable is the question? Shouldn't be any question marks for PoYuTo though. Would expect extreme comfort on a round of 16 low AR map. But, some map like this, you can always find a bit of a miss-aim. This is, of course, the awkward aim check on the low AR this week in comparison to the Hidden 2, which is much more of a reading map. So something like this really can go either way, and there we go. PoYuTo finding just a random little miss on other awkward aim patterns already.
And man, I feel like one of the most volatile skill sets in the entire game is this, because this is the kind of map, if you're just feeling it one day, you could hop on, get a local, like SS it, easy. Hop on in a match, you feel some nerves, maybe you're a little bit amped up on adrenaline, and suddenly it's unplayable. You never know. You never know what you're going to get as Superior finds another miss. PoYuTo now has the combo lead, has the score lead, but both players, finding some breaks, so no FCs will happen. And very short map as well, so PoYuTo finds another break, and that will matter, as we're already at around the halfway point.
Yeah, this is just classic. Exactly what you were just talking about. It is classic for this kind of skill set. Just a miss every 150 combo or so, because it's just the way you look at these notes really impacts how you play it, and sometimes you just look at them just a little bit differently, depending on the day. But Superior's managed to finally get something together and then immediately fumbles it. So now it's straight back over to PoYuTo. This is quite close, almost flickering. And now PoYuTo will start to build up this lead, 25k lead, and if he can continue to hold this combo just a bit more, it is going to be a huge boon for him. That stream there, pretty free, and actually going to do quite a lot for him with the free combo. But these big hexagons not catching either player off guard. Superior's building that combo back up, but finds the miss, and that's going to be it. PoYuTo will be starting it off with a solid 2-0. And a nice score here on the Nomad 6. FC's pretty much the whole second half of the map. He can get through to the ending. A little bit of icing on the cake here. On the hardest section, finally misses, but a pretty solid score on that one.
Yeah, very, very good recovery. Had a little bit of struggles early on, but got through. There was a really brutal pattern in the midpoint that Superior just missed the end of. PoYuTo got through it, comboed pretty much the rest of the way. Now up 2-0. No more low AR in the pool. Have to play at least AR9 for something like the Nomad 5, which honestly wouldn't be surprised if PoYuTo goes for. Superior is saying he had a 900k in locals, which I do believe, but that's just how the skill set goes. Yes, I think so. I think according to the chat. But yeah, now down 0-2. Lost that Nomad 2, so really want to. Well, I think that's a 500k. Looking at the resolution, it's kind of low. It's hard to see that digit. But yeah, really want to get a win here. I honestly think something like the DT1 or the DT3, going into that high approach rating, should be a very, very good comfort air for Superior. Hard Rock 1 also should be really good, but goes for the Hard Rock 3, which kind of surprises me because of all of the Hard Rocks and DTs left, this seems like something PoYuTo would be the most comfortable at just because it's in that control lane.
Yeah, I would probably agree. But also, on the other hand, now I didn't actually play through this pool myself. I just watched, obviously, the map pool showcase. This, to me, seemed like low-key the hardest map in the pool, but I don't know if that's just because I'm not a hard rock player or not. This map seemed pretty hard. So I'm wondering if Superior is just going for this because of the difficulty, but maybe I'm trolling and it's actually just easy, but it seemed difficult. Could be the factor here on why Superior is picking it. Obviously, something like that DT4 I think is also quite difficult, but that one's been banned. So, Hard Rock 3, yeah, I'm not sure. I think PoYuTo will probably be pretty solid on something like this, as you mentioned. Kind of got a little bit of reading, some awkward ult aim. Should be a close one. Hard Rock 1 though as well. I'm actually not too sure. Players have been tearing up that map, and you know I thought it wouldn't be something that a lot of people would be coming close to FCing, but we've seen multiple like FCs or near FCs on that Hard Rock 1 already. So also something I think PoYuTo will actually fare decently well on. These double times I think are going to be more of a lock for Superior, but he goes for the Hard Rock 3 here. We'll have to see. This map seemed pretty brutal. I don't know, what are your thoughts being like a Hard Rock player? What are you on this one?
I haven't tried this one, but just looking at it, it does seem pretty hard. I think this and the Hidden 3 are like, you know, something like the Hidden 1, honestly pretty comfy, even if you're not really a big Hidden player. Hard Rock 1 obviously is more of a check of can you play flow aim, are you a good stream player? But man, this is, yeah, as you say, I think it's pretty difficult, especially if you want to act this. It is very tough, but right now PoYuTo cruising, both players FCing, but PoYuTo looks very comfortable, and that's likely not what Superior wants when he picked this. It's gonna be very, very close, and yeah, the kind of map, any silly miss, I mean, there's just very little free combo as Superior finds the miss. PoYuTo now has the lead, and if he can take this point, man, it's gonna be looking a little bit worrying for Superior.
Yeah. This is a really strange map. Surprised to see it as like a second pick for Superior, but see if it works out for him. We're halfway through already.
Man.
Finds another miss, and PoYuTo is just shredding this map. Hits that slider tick
He's
as
prepared.
well.
He's
He has practiced this map. Those slider ticks he looked locked and dialed for those slider ticks. That is what you want to see.
Yeah,
a well-practiced player. This looks raps already, Morty.
I mean, yeah, this was not the pick. Okay, this was not the one. This was not the map I guess Superior should have gone for, because PoYuTo is very, very good, and it does find the miss finally, but Superior has basically no combo. The map has only a quarter left. It's already over. He's basically doubled his scoreline. Really, really good showing from PoYuTo here. I mean, I think we saw Zintex and Mealbus play this, and I don't think either of them got a score. I don't think Zintex managed to keep this out. This is just extremely impressive, and kind of the worst case scenario for Superior here.
Yeah, did backfire. The pick that, you know, you were questioning a little bit does immediately backfire, and Superior, unfortunately, does get probably a low roll play on that. Would assume locals are looking quite a bit better. But regardless, PoYuTo performs admirably, and yeah, I mean, was super prepared for it. Insta-bans the Hard Rock 2, knowing that Superior is probably going to pick some Hard Rock, and goes, hey, I'm going to make sure I'm very prepared for the Hard Rock 3, knowing it's likely going to get picked against him. And yeah, shreds on it. 700 combo is very impressive on this map, dare I say. Seeing an FC on that this weekend will be quite impressive. But
some of those patterns were absolutely devious. Like, just not even just the ticks, but some of the alt patterns were so awkward, and he gets through so much of that. And Superior calling for a timeout. I actually don't know what the timeout rules are. I guess I'll find out in a moment. But yeah, I mean, I still think, you know, that DT pool is looking good for him. However, now Superior has 2 breakpoints, so Superior's going to have to catch those. And you did say at the beginning, and I kind of agree, that I think Superior had seemingly a lot of good picks, but PoYuTo, man, is just so prepared, looking so comfortable at this round of 16 pool, that maybe he doesn't have as many picks as we thought.
Yeah, one thing I want to talk about as well is something you briefly mentioned in the prediction stream is, you know, being players you don't want to go up against in an early round. And the one you mentioned was Pala, which I agree. Pala is the one guy in this tournament you don't want to go up against in like the first round, because no matter what seed you are, that's terrifying. But I would say the other player is probably PoYuTo. You do not want to go up against in a round of 16. I mean, this guy is a consistency demon, and he's proven it a couple times in the past, especially on a pool at this difficulty. He's gonna be shredding, and he's showing that right now. 3-0 up against Superior, and now with a chance to convert a 4-0 lead. So we will have to see if he can do just that, and I'm sure he will. He's got quite a few very good picks left in the pool here. Superior doing a timeout, I would assume here, just to get a bit of a reset, you know. Maybe go splash some water on the face, shake the hands off, give it a little bit of a reset here.
He might have to might have to do it after this no mod 3 because you can only call for a timeout on your own pick.
Oh,
PoYuTo going for the
I
no mod
see.
3. And man, now that he only needs to win 3 points, I mean, this no mod 3 is looking great for him, especially like if in theory he should be more comfortable on a no mod ult than a hard rock ult / tech map. You got no mod 3, you got no mod 4. No mod 5 is an option for that AR9. Hidden 1's open. So plenty of ways to get some more points, and if he keeps performing this way on Superior Zone picks, like it's gonna be a tough road for Superior to climb back from. It's gonna be the no mod 3, just a traditional ult here.
Yeah, traditional ult. I would have maybe thought. I would have maybe thought like a no mod 4 would have been maybe a slightly better pick, but we will see. I think Superior should be able to play this one quite well. You know, I think most maps in the pool we can probably handle. But number 3 should be a pretty solid pick for PoYuTo as well. I think quite a strong ult player, especially when we're talking about consistency. I mean, when you're talking about consistency, generally the no mod 3s are some of the most consistent difficulty maps in almost any map pool ever. And they're usually pretty long as well. So with how this match is going, I would say this is probably still a very good pick.
I mean, for sure, especially after the showing on that Hard Rock 3, he's got the aim control dialed in. This map starts off relatively relaxed, but it picks up pretty fast. Curious thing about Superior on the no mod 3 in qualies, he ended up getting 439k, 12th overall, but his accuracy on that no mod 3 was extremely impressive. It was over 99, and he just could not string together a combo. So he has the ult capacity in him, he has great finger control, but he needs to hold that combo, especially on this kind of map that's noticeably easier. That's gonna be the name of the game for him.
Yeah, he needs to get the combo under control. PoYuTo has been outclassing him in that regard today. And see it early on, he is handling it with stellar accuracy as well. But it is going to be combo. It's going to be the name of the game, unless we can see FC. Should be very impressive on a map like this. Always, no mod 3 FCs always impress me. But players handling this right now. Difficulty will be picking up shortly on this one. There we go. A bit of a wiggle, and both players do handle it. And kind of getting through this very comfortably. Nothing too crazy difficult just yet. Don't really want to be dropping combo at the start of this map.
Square!
But there goes PoYuTo on the square. A little uncomfortable aiming it.
Yeah, those are the kind of patterns, ideally you wanted to snap to each node of the square, but it requires a really high degree of aim to do. And PoYuTo losing all that aspect, so now Superior has a much needed lead here, as he is down 2 breakpoints, and he's looking to take one back as he's looking very, very comfortable on this ult. He's got the ACK well in his favor, but it's the combo right now. It's doing him justice. Past the halfway part, a little bit of a quiet section, so he has some time here to pad out his lead. He's already over 100k score up, so it's looking very, very good for Superior here. Oh, he wiggles it! For why? That's some style points on that wiggle. Could just aim the middle pretty comfortably, but no, he wants to aim it like a true no mod 3 player.
Yep. I think Superior might be firing back here. Just in time. That's one of the toughest patterns in this map probably. Yeah, both players actually hit it. The Superior seems like with this accuracy as well, probably has done enough here to take a break point, which is much, much needed here moving forward in this match. That is a pretty hard reverse square pattern there as well, but both players do actually hit that as well. It looks so comfortable on this. PoYuTo just finding a bit of a unfortunate miss on the earlier square in the map, maybe just getting jump scared by it. Not quite prepared, but Superior will be taking this break point. Just whether or not he can close out the FC.
He did say, oh no, does find the miss right at the end, but I mean, still extremely impressive to go this far. Aim just looked so clean on those patterns. That middle miss from PoYuTo also found the break at the end. Much needed break points, so now he's only going to be down 1 going into his next pick, which he really wants to win. And I mean, I still think he has a lot of good picks left in the pool. He just has to go for them.
Yeah, should still have plenty of good picks, but you know, PoYuTo, with how he's been playing today, still has a chance here to fire back with another break point. But as you mentioned, Superior is only down 1 break point now. Even though the score is 3-1, it is kind of, you know, based on pick order. Superior here, if he can convert his next pick, yeah, he's only going to be down 3-2 here. Just one break point he needs to get back somewhere in the match, which is absolutely possible on a pool like this as well. None of these skill sets going to be too volatile at a round of 16 stage. So we'll have to see what he goes for in terms of a pick, though. Looking at these double times, I think that's where he goes for sure. I like something like this. I like DT1 or DT2 here for Superior, but we shall see. I think DT3 is a little bit weirder just because even though it's 285 BPM, none of the bursts in the map are really long, except for at the ending it kind of picks up a bit, but most of the map before that is relatively, I would say, chill to combo.
Yeah, I think a DT3 is something I could definitely imagine PoYuTo being able to play, honestly, pretty well. I like the DT1 just because it's 10.5. Yeah. Goes for the DT3, though. Okay. I still think this should be, well within Superior's comfort zone, but this is the kind of map where something like the No Mod 2 could happen again, where Superior just gets an unlucky miss, PoYuTo gets a bit more combo, and Oceanic still wins it. Like, that is totally possible. I think this type of map should be, played pretty well by both players. But he has to hope that PoYuTo not as comfortable in this 10.3.
Yeah, I would say 10.3 is going to be like the factor, I would probably, in this this matchup here. Superior is going to be so comfortable on, this type of approach rate. It's going to be like nothing to him. Like, AR 10.3, it doesn't matter. Like, it's going to be so comfortable on playing this AR, so it's going to be how comfy is PoYuTo on it.
Dude, the PoYuTo mind games earlier on, before any picks were played, it was like, oh man, I have no maps left. Oh, it's over. Plays insane on 3 picks, loses 1 pick, Superior picks DT3. Oh man, the sweep starts here. I like these mind games. Because in my eyes, every message is a tactical assassination to try to annoy your opponent who's down a break point, and you're saying the sweep starts here. I like it. It's grimy stuff, but it's every bit counts, because when you have a full round of 16, I think mental is such a huge aspect of it.
Let's see if the mental warfare pays off for him. As I was saying before, for this DT3, really, like, it is 285 BPM, which is pretty fast, but you can see most of the map up until the ending is kind of just what we're seeing right now. Not really many 5-note bursts until the ending. They start to get to like 7s and I think a couple 9s. But so far, it is kind of just triples and a couple 5-note bursts sprinkled in. See if it catches anyone off guard, but you do not want to be missing in like the first, I would say, 2/3 of this map. If we see a miss, that might already kind of be the end of it.
This kind of map to me is, especially for these players, they're going to be fine in the tapping aspect. It's not a big tapping check. There's a couple of bursts longer towards the end, but PoYuTo shredded that No Mod 2 pretty well. He's going to be fine. I think it's going to come more down to just aim consistency and not finding a silly miss. And in terms of the act battle, if it comes down to it, which we have seen, we saw in Drox versus Osborne, it came down to an act battle, and right now, PoYuTo is winning that.
He is actually winning it. Just comfortable enough on the fact that none of these bursts are too long. But we are approaching a dangerous area of the map. There we go, I see a slightly longer burst, and it will start to pick up here very soon, so kind of nails right now. Both players still FCing. The nerves are going to start to rise here, because I'm sure, as I'm, commenting on how the first 2/3 of this map is pretty free, both of these players know that as well. So they probably know that their opponent is FCing at this point, and now the nerves will start to build as the map starts to pick up. You can see bursts coming in more frequently back to back. The bursts will start to get a bit longer as well. 1k combo for both players. Quarter of the map remaining, and it is time to see who can hold through this ending.
And Superior now, with the accolades, he has a little bit of score, and I could totally imagine this coming down to that accuracy. Superior just overtook PoYuTo, making some mistakes, getting some 100s here and there. It looks so comfy on the aim. There's barely any map left. At this point, Superior just needs to dial in, not just on the combo, but he has to hold his accuracy. He's assessing all of this. No! Finds the break! Shakes off of it, and now PoYuTo steals it away. Just needs to hold a little bit longer. He's going to have an absolutely robbery done by the break, but it doesn't matter. PoYuTo break points on the DT3, and Superior is now down 1-4, and he just lost that break point he took back.
That's heartbreak. That is heartbreak for Superior. The player I was expecting to miss on the ending was PoYuTo in those longer bursts. You see, it's like a couple 9 notes in there at 285 BPM is kind of no joke. Not always easy to combo, especially in a tournament in a 1,000 combo window on a map. But PoYuTo handles it like a king, and Superior just finds a random miss. The accuracy didn't even matter in the end. We thought it was going to be another double FC, but it wasn't. PoYuTo with another breakpoint. That's, what, is that 3 breakpoints for PoYuTo now this match?
Yep.
That's,
I mean,
two,
he's
two maybe.
No, he's won every Superior pick.
Oh, no, he has, yeah.
The only point for Superior was the no mod 3 that PoYuTo picked. And man, like, it's unfortunate. Really, really well done from PoYuTo. I can't say I'm... I mean, yeah, I did mention, like, this is totally a map Superior can play. It's going to come down to a random miss, and Superior was just the first one to make that miss. PoYuTo now only needs to win 2 more maps. He's got the pick on his side. Still have that hidden one. I mean, he's such a good hidden player. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go into it. It's the type of hidden that Superior could totally play, but there's enough awkward perfect stacks, some weird, a little bit of awkward aim here and there, and there's those 2 weirdly shaped bursts that are so easy to miss on that I think PoYuTo would have a pretty good time playing.
Yeah, I mean, I do definitely like the hidden one here, but it's got to be either the hidden one or the no mod 4, right? I mean, and maybe that no mod 5 is a potential pick for PoYuTo, but I just don't think it's a better pick than no mod 4 or hidden one. It's got to be one of those 2 maps. Yeah. I'd be very surprised not to see either, and it is going to be the hidden one, as you were saying. So, I mean, PoYuTo's pretty set here. Like we were saying, I think Superior overall on paper had a few more picks in this map pool, but it doesn't really matter at this point because Superior's still got 2 very good maps for him lined up. And guess what? He's only two points away from winning the match. Yeah.
I mean, I think PoYuTo, including this one he just picked, has 2 other really solid picks. But even saying that, it's like he's won every Superior pick. So, at this point, I'd be worried. Even if he picks something like the DT1, obviously PoYuTo looked really comfortable on the DT3. The extra 0.2 AR might make a difference, but this is just the nightmare of PoYuTo on a round of 16 pool. The seeding's already close. He is so good at this level. He has just been popping off. And on this hidden one, his comfort zone, his best mod, should be pretty favored.
Yeah. This was something I mentioned actually in the prediction stream that I thought might happen is Superior, obviously, if he can make it to the later stages of this tournament, I think he's going to do really well. Of course, it's not to say he can't still come back here. He absolutely could, but if he can manage to make it through to those later stages, it's going to do really well on skill cap. But I was worried about the early stages. These first 2 rounds is where he's going to have a couple struggles, I would say, against some of these sort of, consistency players, against these more well-versed, more experienced tournament players. Someone like PoYuTo here. Definitely not the matchup I think he wanted early on. This is a scary one to go up against. I don't think almost any of the higher seeded players would have wanted to verse PoYuTo at this stage. And you can see it's taken its toll. PoYuTo playing very well, but there's, of course, still room here for Superior. If he can get this break point, then things are looking up again.
Yeah, I mean, he did it on the no mod 3, so he has it in him. He had a very, very good no mod 3 score. I mean, most of these maps have come down to like 1 miss. It was Superior on that DT3, the slider break on the no mod 2. I think the Hard Rock 3 was the only Superior pick that was really not remotely close. But I mean, he's had a couple of really close chances. And this hidden one so far has the ACK lead. Both players hit a couple of the awkward sections already. And Superior just random miss on the aim, another one after. And that is not what you want to see, especially on a map this short.
Yeah, we're already almost halfway through this map. And, 300 combo, although it might not seem like a lot, on a map like this that isn't, very dense in terms of notes and is very short, that's a lot of combo. 370 combo, that's half the map now. And look at the score lead just firing over to the side of PoYuTo here. Building so quickly, but this map has so many awkward anti-aim linear patterns. It can you can kind of miss anywhere. But PoYuTo is handling it. Superior building that combo back up. We only have a third of the map left, and he misses again. And I think that's going to just be enough to seal it.
Yeah, I mean, this pick is over now with that break. PoYuTo is still full comboing. Just looking... Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of performance I'd expect from PoYuTo, having played as well as he has in this match, this being his best mod, showing why he is the hidden demon here, as he is cruising to the FC. Does find the break. Will not go all the way, but still more than enough as he almost doubles superior score line. And just one map away, now on match point. Bit of a chain miss there, but this will not matter.
Well, that would have been a more heartbreaking way to see the FC drop, so thankfully he missed before that. But yeah, very, very well done there for PoYuTo. The miscount and accuracy doesn't quite do it justice for how well he just played that. Just a huge chain miss on like the last pattern. Very, very, very good score from PoYuTo there, and that is going to bring him to match point. This is now extremely difficult for Superior to bring back, especially with two more very solid picks for PoYuTo, and with how much he's been breakpointing, I'm even worried on my own picks if I'm Superior. But we were saying it before, I think out of the DTs, I think DT3 was the one that PoYuTo had the biggest chance of breakpointing. Yeah. I do really think DT1 and DT2 are gonna be kind of mostly in the bag for Superior. I think going into this match, they were his two best picks, and they're still both on the board. Of course, it doesn't really matter if he gets the chance to pick them both or not, because he's gonna have to breakpoint back either way. So even if he goes out of this match without, you know, being able to pick both of them, it doesn't really make a difference, because he does need to get a breakpoint somewhere. So it is gonna have to be PoYuTo's next pick. And then if he can get that, and then he can pick DT1 again, all of a sudden we're looking at a 4-5 scoreline, but we need to get there. We've got a bit of a road ahead of us here.
Yeah, the road to victory is paved with 5 consecutive wins in a row against the guy who's been absolutely shredding everything. So, I mean, yeah, if there was betting odds on this, I can't imagine what the odds would be for Superior. It wouldn't be great, but there's always a chance. And it's going to start here with a double time too, so more of a finger control tapping map. And this type of tapping map, I think, should be better for Superior. Something like the No Mod 2 is a lot more straightforward and simple. This is lower BPM, but I think the finger control should favor him. But at the same time, like, how PoYuTo has been playing, I totally envision him being good enough to at least get a big combo, get a FC potential on the board. But the ACK battle right now is being handily won by Superior. Oh, and there's a PoYuTo miss.
That is going to be a miss early on here for PoYuTo. Yeah, a little bit low BPM as you said, but just I think this one is just going to be much tougher on the stamina. I mean, you can see the longer streams already early on, as well as the fact that you have very awkward doubles and quads, and finger control sections in general just is more straining on that stamina. It's not even just the stream length itself, and Superior is going to be handling this very, very comfortably. As you can see, PoYuTo not doing too bad himself. Pretty good accuracy still, almost a 98. But the combo here for Superior going to be doing him favors as we approach the halfway point, and he does miss. And now chance for PoYuTo to bring this one back, about a 50k deficit, and if he can continue to hold this combo, he will pull it back. But how much longer can he hold on to it?
The gate has been open for PoYuTo here to make a comeback, as he is about to take the score lead, but no, will not hold. Drops the recovery. And now Superior back in the lead, back in charge. 30k score in his favor. About to hit 300 combo. As long as he just keeps it together here for this ending. I mean, a map like this should be so well within his skill level, but it's just been the consistency that's been hurting him in this match. For PoYuTo, this time actually finding some struggles, which is well needed for Superior.
Yeah, I'm sure Superior was probably kicking himself with that miss, but he'll be glad to know that he's got another chance here, and he cannot fumble this one. The second chance needs to be secured, and it looks like he's handling it quite well as we kind of, the map picks up in difficulty. The longer streams start to get more spaced, but it's still nothing too crazy in terms of the aim. Both players getting through all of it. Superior still needs to hold, but just a couple more seconds, and I would say he's done just enough to approach the very ending of this map here, and I think that's going to be it. Superior will be taking the DT2 quite, well, I wouldn't say comfortably in the ending, but winning it by about 100k here, and it's going to be 2-5 now. A chance opens up.
And honestly, Superior having almost identical situation to the No Mod 2 score. Obviously, it's the DT multiplier. So if you multiplied like his No Mod 2 scoreline, it would have been almost exactly this. Pretty much missing directly in the middle. But fortunately for him, this time PoYuTo found that second break. Now he is 2-5. And this is where it gets scary because PoYuTo has the pick here. He still has that No Mod 4. He has No Mod 5 maybe if he's feeling good on it. And Superior will have to breakpoint that if he wants to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, Superior is going to have to put on a performance here. He's going to need to go kind of Super Saiyan on one of PoYuTo's picks here, because I don't think he's going to be favored on this No Mod 4 or even potentially No Mod 5. But it's doable. It's doable.
PoYuTo has to be doing this intentionally, bro. You're up 5-2. I missed in such bad spots, man. No, this is insane. He is actually unhinged with the mental warfare, which I can assure you has to be working, because this would work on me. I would be so mad if I was Superior right now. I would be fuming. Oh man. But you know, it's he's an experienced tournament veteran. This is just what you this is the craft you pick up as he goes with the No Mod 5. So it was either gonna be this or the No Mod 4, and I do think as long as he is comfortable with the tapping, which I think he certainly will be, it's 185. The density, it's AR9, and you have some pretty uncomfortable cuts, like very long streams with cuts in between. So definitely will favor the low AR comfort player.
Yeah, I mean, actually thinking about this map, thinking about it again, like, I actually think this is a better pick than the No Mod 4. Like, beforehand, I thought No Mod 4 would be the better pick, but the fact that just the simple fact that this is AR9, I think this is probably a better pick. Because you could be, like, you know, an easy player, like Superior is, but AR9 No Mod is kind of just, I don't know, it's just uncomfortable if you don't play maps like this often, which I can't imagine Superior really plays much AR9. I think PoYuTo should be pretty decently favored on this one, but we'll have to see. I think Superior can breakpoint it, and I mean, he needs to breakpoint it if he wants to continue on in this match. But here we go. You know, this might be the biggest throw of all time. A little bit more
how does he do
warfare.
it? How
does he keep doing it?
He's relentless. He's relentless with it. Does not let a pick go by without just throwing a dagger here and there. Doesn't matter. Up 5-2. I reckon he has like FCs on his locals as he says that as well. I wouldn't be surprised. But here we go. AR9 flow density, very, very short as well. It's under 2 minutes. So this is the kind of pick where very quickly things can go awry. Superior finds a break early on, and already this is not what you want to see.
Oh no!
3 missed,
oh,
4 missed,
no.
and I think. Look, man, I don't know if it's just the map, but he looked pretty good on the AR8 No Mod 6, so maybe it's the warfare is working. PoYuTo looking comfortable, but it's gonna be the streams that really matter here.
There's just something about AR9. It's just not an approach rate people play. Like, you can be a low AR player, you can play AR8, you can play easy.
Ooh.
But never mind, hold on. Hold on.
Hold on.
I'll pause my thought for a second, because PoYuTo did just find a chain miss. Superior is hitting all of it, but does miss at the tail end. He does have the accuracy advantage now, and is winning PoYuTo with another miss, so hold on. Maybe everything I was going to say might be irrelevant, because Superior is now in the lead and has the advantage.
I mean, this might have, I think, you know, Superior hit almost that entire stream, especially towards the end of it, but a little bit uncharacteristic from PoYuTo, given his performance so far. And now Superior has that, GG. Now he's rage baiting us. He's rage baiting the commentators and the viewers. Superior can't even see that. What's the point? Why? Oh man, Superior though finds the break, and the rage bait work through the 4th dimension. He's transferred, but PoYuTo misses right after, so loses that chance. But it's gonna be close, and Superior missing a lot of accuracy. That score lead is very, very just slightly in his favor, but any chain miss, and there it is. Superior finds that break, and PoYuTo missing right after. It's just mayhem. It's just a scramble for any notes here.
I mean, this is just a circus from these players on the No Mod 6. No one can hold a combo. It's a difference of about 3,000 score. PoYuTo barely holding the lead in the last slivers of this map. And Superior misses on the ending. on the last like 5 notes, and
Oh.
I mean that's a way to end a match.
That's a way to
That's
end
one
it.
way to end it.
As PoYuTo ends the match 6-2. I think definitely an upset. I think definitely a lot of people might have, had the expectation of PoYuTo to potentially win, but not in this fashion. As he gets, I would say, if there's awards for the for this round, I'm giving him the Rage Baiter Award of the Week. That was phenomenally done, extremely tactically executed from PoYuTo. As he goes on in the bracket to go up against Atkins. So Atkins will have that pleasure as superi0r drops down to Versailles. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I mean, that really was the Rage Baiter Award of the Week. That was fun. He's breaking the fourth wall a little bit there, just trying to get the commentators and the viewers too. And it seemed to have maybe worked. Yeah, 6-2. I mean, some would say, at least in terms of seeding, some would say an upset. I had PoYuTo picked on my pick'ems to actually win this match, but I had him at 6-4. Just being an early round, he's going to be more consistent on this kind of difficulty in a map pool. superi0r going down to Versailles, I think not too bad of a matchup for him. I think Sayo is still kind of on that return to form, so superi0r really is going to come down to whether or not he can get through this early round. If he can get that second round win, he's looking pretty good at making a decent lower bracket run. But I think he's got to get to the harder pools. But for today, it's going to be a 6-2 loss, not as dominant as I was expecting. Sorry, more dominant than I was expecting from PoYuTo here, but congratulations to him moving on in the upper bracket, and superi0r, best of luck on that lower bracket there against Sayo. We'll see how that's going to pan out. But that is going to be it for us for now. We do have one more match for the weekend, and it will be at 8 UTC, which is in about an hour and a half from now, hour and 40 minutes from now. And that's going to be Maybell, formerly known as Treyarch, versus Psyche. So it should be on paper, a pretty good matchup, but we will have to see how it pans out. But for now, it's going to be any final words for you?
No, I mean, for that matchup, it's going to be the question of, does Psyche come prepared and ready? Because he's the kind of player who's playing at his peak is a force to be reckoned with, especially on Hard Rock, especially on DT, even no mods. But he has to come prepared, and if he does, I think it should be a very good match. But yeah, that is about all. See you there for that one.
Yep, we'll see you guys then. Take care.